So before we get started, if you see something like this, like a rubber ducky, rubber bear ducky, I don't know, and then you see something like this next to it, or if you just see this, this means you are gonna get a chance to win something. And the way you can is make sure you comment on the video where you found the thing, what you saw, and where you think you saw it. We will be choosing one person a month to win something like this. It could be anything from AirPods to a microphone, could be a hat, but we're gonna try to keep it as pretty cool as possible. Okay, so let's get into the video. So starting a YouTube channel at 38, how much money have I made? Why did I do it? And what have I learned so far? So to answer the first question, how much money have I made? I have done about $10,000 since I started getting serious about YouTube in July. This is showing much more, but that's because it's shown the entire year. So I've done about $10,000. My expectation was I didn't think I'd make any money the first year directly from YouTube, but I did, so that's pretty cool. I'm well above where I thought I would be. Now, why would I make a YouTube channel? So to understand that, you have to understand where that thought came from, and it's because in 2017, I started a marketing agency. It took 2.5 years to get off. I struggled, but it became a success. We do 70 to 80K a month. And over the course of running a marketing agency, I got to really understand the evolution of my passions. And I'm gonna try to stay on topic here, but it's important to understand this part. The coolest part about becoming an entrepreneur is, in my opinion, the evolution of discovering what your passion is. Like, I know some of the stuff I'm gonna say here is gonna be highly opinionated. Some people will tell you, don't worry about following your dreams, like, do what makes money. I followed my passion because by following my passion, I was able to work for a very long period of time without getting paid. Like after I got out of the military for 8 years, like I had a really hard time holding a job over a year, and I tried different things. Becoming an entrepreneur was the only thing that like literally let me focus on the same thing over and over and over. And that would later kind of be identified as one of my superpowers, is just I needed to do something that I was interested in. And for me, that was marketing. And I was fortunate enough to uncover that that's what I loved. And looking back, it made a lot of sense. And so I started a marketing agency in 2017, and there kind of are a series of fortunate events. I had a very supportive wife that literally supported us through those 2.5 years that were extremely difficult. And she supported me when other people basically didn't through that process. And I thank her so much. I love her so much for that. That is very important. But that process also allowed me to uncover what I really love about marketing. And over the 5 years of running my marketing agency, making probably almost $4 million at this point, was I love the concept of whatever gets people to click, become a lead, and buy, and ultimately branding, but without paying for ads. Like, I'm more interested in why people buy a product, because at the end of the day, you can have the best marketing in the world, but if your product, your offer, or your service isn't something the market desires, the best marketing is not going to work. So therefore, I believe branding becomes really important. And that's what I love. So over the course of my marketing agency and building that business, I started to study branding and how it works. And this is where kind of the difference of opinions come in, is because some people say, hey, well, just focus on direct response marketing. Focus on generating leads and getting customers. And a lot of people think branding is just like, oh, you make content and then your brand grows. The power of content, and again, ads are important. I'm an ads guy. But again, nothing will work if your product or offer sucks. But the one thing that will work, and the one thing that will allow you to stand out if you have the same product, offer, or service as most people, is understanding who you are, what your values are. That's why Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson can, do tequila. That's why Ryan Reynolds, besides being a marketing genius, can sell gin and everything he sells, because he has built a brand around that. And that's what led me to YouTube, is understanding that, heck, if I just make content about me and what I do, it's going to help propel the products, the services, and the offers that I make. And that's where I think branding becomes really important. And although I do believe that you need to generate leads, if you're in the predicament of not having a skill set, or not knowing what to do, or not knowing what type of a business to start, because you're just trying to figure it all out, I would recommend just making content about demonstrating that ability, or documenting the journey about what you're going through and how you did it. And that is my biggest regret when I started my marketing agency. And in a sense, I'm glad I didn't, because I don't want to be labeled as like the marketing agency guy. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I really love creating content that focuses on building your brand through stories and teaching people in a unique way. So I'm thankful that I didn't get known as a marketing agency guy, but if I would have made content back then and documented the journey, I think it would have helped a lot of people. And if this can do anything, if these videos and channels can do anything, I would just want it to inspire people to show you what's possible. Like, I am a guy that, like, I got held back twice. I was born at 6 months. I was in the ICU for a really long time. I had learning disabilities. I dropped out. Somehow joined the Army, passed my GED, and here I am. You know what I mean? I have no college degree, and I've made a life that I could dream of. Like, I'm super happy where we are, and I'm happy that I can take care of my family. And if I can do anything just to inspire you, would be worth it. And while I do it, it's going to build my brand. It's going to help my business, because when people see you and they see what you do, they understand who you are. They understand your value, and it's going to make selling a lot easier. Now, imagine that I've made a lot of content for a while and it's out there and people are watching it and they're becoming aware of me. And now imagine I launch a product. What happens if I want to change what I'm doing and do something else, right? I still have that brand to build off of. I still have that following. What you're doing here is you're basically harnessing the power of attention into your personal brand of who you are. And this is why I would say you should be the brand too. I believe you should be the brand, because wherever you go, whatever you do, you're always going to have that audience that is going to have some form of influence. Again, that's why I say branding is so important. Now, will I run ads? Yes, at some point I will run ads, but I also do not want to rely on ads alone. So being able to do this is an art, it is a science. It may not work right away, but keep going at it. Don't stop. Like, I only have 421 subscribers right now. Like, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but my videos are starting to get more views. So what have I learned so far? What I've learned so far that's helped me on my YouTube channel is, number one, script. Scripting has by far been one of the best things that I've done. Now, I am not scripting this video. This is just all off the cuff, right? And the reason why I'm doing this is because I also wanted to make some videos where I'm documenting my journey and taking you guys along for the journey, showing you what it's like, right? Showing you, what I take from it. And scripting by far will help you a lot. The other thing is having a teleprompter. Now, I know, again, some people are gonna be like, well, it's gonna make me sound robotic. You'll get used to it. I will spend so much time, like, in all honesty, I've already recorded this video 3 times, and every time I do, it gets a little bit better, but I almost wish I would have put my thoughts on paper, but I want it to be raw. It's a catch-22, but it is what it is. But scripting will help your videos, right? The other thing is content cadence. What do I mean by content cadence? I have found, and I don't know why, but I have found if I put out 2 videos a week, my views go up. They get better. I have tried 1 video a week, and it pains me to make 2 videos a week because there's so much time, effort, energy into it. And I mean, like, you really need to research what you're doing, at least for 1 video. So at least make one for your audience. Go find a YouTube channel, go find videos, go find the topic you want to make videos on, and make videos on that. And then if you're going to do another video, just make that video for you, what you want to talk about. But 2 videos a week, I find, for me, is what gets me the most views. And so I'm going to continue doing 2 videos a week until it doesn't work otherwise. Okay, so we got content cadence, we got scripting, and using a teleprompter. There was one more thing: editing and all that good stuff. You do not need to be a pro at editing. I am not a pro at editing. I literally just got started. I started using DaVinci Resolve 1 or 2 weeks ago. I used Final Cut Pro before that. Adobe Premiere just was not good to me at all. If I could start all over again, I just would have used DaVinci Resolve. It is very easy, and I'm a huge Final Cut Pro fan. But this thing is called a speed editor. I'm gonna actually be doing a video on this. It makes editing super, super quick. And that's probably what I'm gonna do the next video on, is this thing right here. So that will save you a lot of time. Again, I just recommend using DaVinci Resolve. I've tried them all. For me, it works best. But I understand if you wanna use whatever you wanna use. The next thing is, editing really isn't hard. You just have to put some time aside and focus on it. And when I say I learned DaVinci Resolve in like a few hours, I learned DaVinci Resolve in a few hours. And the way I did it was I found a video that I liked. And I really am liking these cool intros on YouTube that are kind of like fast paced. And that's actually what I'm doing my next video on, is how to make an intro like that. And I'll show you exactly how I do it so you can do it too. But it's much easier than you think. So find a video that you like, that you kind of want to emulate in terms of an editing style. And what you can do is just write down the effects you see. So in the beginning, I just saw all this fast-paced stuff, but what I found was like, they start zoomed in, they zoom out, then they pan to the right and show something, they pan to the left, show another thing, and then they show a video, and then it transitions to another short clip, then it transitions to text, and they have all these sound effects. So find a video that you like, start with an intro, and document how they're doing those effects, and go try to do it in DaVinci Resolve. So I'm gonna share a link after that video is posted. I'll put it in the description here. That way you can mess around with it and try to figure out what you like. Also, if you enjoy my content, this content is to help you grow on YouTube, follow my journey. There is a link in the description where you can join my newsletter so you can get notified. All right, thanks for enjoying. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, I'm gonna leave a link in the description where you can join my newsletter so you can get email updates about stuff I do. There's also a link where you can get all my resources for my entire plan for YouTube content cadence. It's my script. I update this stuff all the time. I'll see you in the next video.